Why don't we get into your actual coaching a little bit? Even though it's sort of a small portion of the pie chart, I feel like it informs everything that you do, and it's probably one of the things that, from what I understand, like even throughout all throughout your career, you've had all these different positions at different companies, but like the coaching has been the constant.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
um, what does that? One thing that
You have to
I
do
just
some work
constantly
first,
wonder
right?
about with you and with many other coaches is like,
I see
how
guys
do you
who are
have
like,
the energy
yeah,
to give all these other people? Because I mean, just this one call that we're on today, like right now, this is gonna like wipe me out for the rest of the day. So like how does this actually work from an energy standpoint?
yeah. Well, if I didn't love, uh, if I didn't love this, if I didn't love sitting down with someone and realizing in this moment, in this one transactional call, in the 30 to 40 minutes that we're going to have together, the puzzle is, how do I deliver value to you? It's not about me. It's not about my history and my experience. It's about delivering something to you that has the potential to pivot or change what you're doing and increase your chance of success tenfold, 100-fold, right? And if that puzzle, right, the thinking behind it, the evaluation, okay, I think I have an aha moment, but now what are the stories that you back into to go, let me start with a story and then get you to the aha and then see if it hits for you. If that wasn't energy giving, then I probably would have stopped coaching in year one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of what we do, a lot of what you do, a lot of what I do in our day-to-day jobs is rinse and repeat. There is nothing good that happens by just having one at bat. There is nothing that we don't find success because we just walked up to the plate, hit a grand slam and walked off. That's not how it works, right? The best baseball players hit 1/3 of the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to keep doing the work. The problem for me is that while I have all the drive and all the perseverance to do that, mentally, that's not always stimulating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, it's like, I got to write another blog post, or I got to record another video, or I have to have another meeting and navigate a strategy. And if that doesn't fuel you or give you the energy, then you got to figure out what does. And so for me, what I've discovered is all of that puzzle of, okay, how do I help Brian? How do I drive it forward? What is the biggest roadblock Brian has to his total success? Okay, what does that mean then? How do we backtrack? What's the aha? And all that puzzling all in real time, because you can't be like, hey, it was great chatting with you. 3 days later, here's this idea I had for you, right?
Yeah.
It's dance monkey dance. It's right now. It's pressure. It's figure out how to deliver. And that for me is energizing. Right.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh, I love this. Like, book another call,
I totally relate to that. I don't do coaching myself with other people, but I am in a couple of mastermind groups, and I go to places like Cabo Press and everything. And what I find it so refreshing to just dive into somebody else's business for a couple hours, like
Yeah.
it's literally like not that I'm relaxing, but it is a break for me from my own stuff that I'm dealing with day to day.
Yep.
To really like dig in with someone else and understand what they're going through right now, what's on their plate. I think for business folks, entrepreneurs like us, like our brains are always turning and finding problems to try and solve, right? And it's just kind of refreshing to solve somebody else's problems than the ones that we're looking at.
Well, if you take coaching out of it,
yeah,
if I didn't coach, I would have hundreds of frameworks and no place to use them.
right.
Right? You have these models or ideas or ways to think about things or stories. I just went to a relatively large conference last weekend, and 1,500 people are there, and I must have had 400 conversations. And in every conversation, I'm using a different metaphor, a different approach, a different strategy, a different something. And I just think, without that, now those weren't coaching calls; those were just individual conversations. But without that venue to do those things, then you go, what am I doing with this, right? And so I found that coaching is a great way to engage, but also a great way to release the stuff that's bubbling inside that you're like, here, you know. And when I did my blog back, not 2 years ago, but 10 years ago, I guess, where I wrote every day, right? 2013. It was because I'd moved. I'd moved from Northern California to Southern California. I was in San Diego. I had no more coaching clients, and I had all the stories and no venue to place them. And so I was like, well, I'll just go to my blog and just start writing and just
Nice.
crank out one article a day.
Hey, just a quick break to tell you about Clarityflow. It's the software tool loved by coaches and their clients for communicating asynchronously in threaded conversations using video, audio, or text. My team and I designed Clarityflow for the modern day coach. It lets you give clients a single place to engage with you and all that you offer through your coaching business. Run coaching groups, cohorts, and communities using our Spaces feature. Create interactive courses using our Programs feature. Build your coaching library with templates and reusable content. And sell access to your coaching programs with subscriptions or one-time payments. Customize colors and connect your domain to give clients a fully branded experience. You can use Clarityflow on the web or our mobile apps for iPhone, iPad, or Android. And connect any other apps using our Zapier integration. Start with a free trial or request a personalized demo and consultation by going to clarityflow.com. So for folks listening who maybe they are in a job or maybe they're running a business, you know, with like most of the time in that pie chart, right? But they have something to offer as a coach. Maybe they're interested in transitioning into more coaching. How do you handle it, like logistically, like not just like energy wise, but like, I don't know, like even just like dealing with hours and splitting up your days and your weeks between giving it to your job or your business versus like taking on a couple of clients or coaching groups or whatever it might be?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for me, it's not the same for everyone, but I start my day at 9, my work day, which means I have a 7 o'clock spot and an 8 o'clock spot on most weekdays. Now, I don't like to do 7 or 8 on Friday mornings because Thursday nights I stay out late at a cigar lounge and smoke cigars till 1 a.m. And so that would make it harder to do a bunch of Friday morning calls. But I know that
Priorities,
I have,
you know.
yeah, priorities. I should have said, well, take the whole pie, cut it in half. The other half is smoking cigars, right? But you go, okay, so I know I have a 7 a.m. and an 8 a.m. And that's also when I'm fresh, I'm the sharpest. And I go, okay, let's get, so we can do a couple calls there. I do a lot of every other week calls. And I a lot, let me clarify. I think I probably have 8, 9 ongoing clients right at this moment, right? At any given point, some are coming off and some are going on. But I try not to get past 10 because there's just not enough hours, right? There's a physical logistics challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing, let's say you have 10 clients and you're doing every other week, that means 5 in week 1, 5 in week 2. So then you're like, oh, okay. So then I could do 7 or 8 across the week. But some people are like, I don't have that time. So then I do, I'll go till about 4 o'clock on the workday. And so at 4 o'clock, I will go, oh, I have a 4 o'clock, I have a 5 o'clock. And some people are like, I'm great for that 5 o'clock. And so I split it between mornings and later afternoons. I try not to do from 2 to 4 is my lowest energy time. And so I try not to put anything important, corporate or coaching. And by important, I mean anything where I have to be highly involved with high energy. So if I'm one of 12 people in a meeting and I'm just listening, I can be in that meeting at any, 2 to 4 is great for that. But I try and keep everything else out. And then I could not tell you how I do this without mentioning Clarityflow, because the game I play is, hey, you get a call every other week and then you get access to me asynchronously through Clarityflow. And so with Clarityflow, what happens is I go, here's a channel for just you. And when you have a question, you go in there. And when I have time, asynchronously, I will answer it and give you new things to think about, upload videos or record a video. And that's absolutely fantastic, right? So those are the two things, right? Figuring out the time slots and then using an asynchronous video tool like Clarityflow to keep the flow going in between.
Yeah.
And I charge a high price, which allows me to make really good money on 10 clients.
Yep.
If you were just getting started, you might have to charge less and then work your way up over time. And that's, I tell that to everyone. Like, you don't wake up and go, I'm an expert, so I deserve this much money. The money part of the equation is predicated on what someone else values the problem at, not how much your expertise you think is worth.
Yeah. I really like the combo of like the live calls every 2 weeks and plus like asynchronous access. I see a lot of coaches doing that. And I think just practically it works really well. Not just for the convenience factor, but it's like you can cover some ground in between the sessions with like, I would imagine that it's like, here are some upcoming questions that I'm thinking about that we could touch on next time. Or, all right, we just had our call yesterday. The next day or two, some aha moments came up and I can get those across without waiting another 2 weeks when I'll probably forget them,
Yep.
Love it.